Hello and welcome everyone, I'm Madals and today I've got game number 1 of a best of 3. It's from the Russian StarCraft 2 League and it is going to be played out on one of their own maps, Guillotine. And it is a ZvZ, so I'm really excited about this. It should be fantastically good to see. And yeah, let me introduce these two players. In the top left position, spawning as the Red Zerg from Quantic, we do have HyuN. And his opponent in the lower right, the Blue Zerg symbol. And I like the fact that it's snowing. Like, I just really like the fact this map is snowing everywhere. It's just cool. I think it's the sort of thing which, if every map had snow, it may be incredibly irritating. But just, at least at this precise moment, I'm liking it. And there's going to be that one person in comments who's like, OMG, what's happening with your video quality? There's all these white dots everywhere. And it's like, it's not the video. It's snow. That I realized my camera wasn't on, but I just gave like my computer screen a look, just like, yeah, stop being silly. And that was for you, the person who tells me my video quality's gone to shot, because it's fine, it's all good. Anyway, yeah, Overlords, scouting, 2-player map, they know where each other are, so they're just gonna be having a quick little peek. For those of you who aren't familiar with the map, you've got down here, you've got a half base thingy in your base. It's all a bit funny. No exit off the top, obviously. So you got your half base down here, which symbol clearly just like, wait, should I actually take this? Probably I should. It creates a bit of a wall off. It's really funky. I actually personally love this because I think more maps should have pretty funky things like this, where your base becomes part of the wall off. Because it's cool. I like it. Anyway, then you come down here. After that, you've got your third. This seems like what would be the logical third base, but then you've got the entrance up into your natural, the entrance into your third. So, kind of a bit like Cloud Kingdom-ish. Like, maybe if I come up this side, people understand what I mean more. Does that make sense to anyone else but me? It's like a reverse Cloud Kingdom. Kind of, if we went that way-ish. Like, that would be the natural. Yeah, I know what I mean. It makes sense. Anyway, there's your third. You've then got another little half base. Boy, they really love their half bases. That's a rich geyser, though, at both the half bases. So that makes it pretty cool. Of course, rich Vespian geysers tend not to be used too often in pro-level games because it does make a lot of build orders and certain strategies really confusing. Mainly because when you scout the gas, you don't know quite when people get things out in exact timings because there's not that much research done because rich Vespian geysers aren't that often used. But both players opting to go pretty similar builds, getting down their spawning pools, their hatcheries and gases, the exact order of which aren't critically important in this sort of game because the gases and the hatches and the pools are all down. There's minor differences between them, but it's not by enough that means that in a long-term period of play it's going to make much difference, and it's not as if either player is trying to go for some kind of rush. They're both droning, and really the drone counts are going to stay pretty level. There'll be a small lead for Symbol short term, and then HyuN will catch up because he's got the second queen slightly quicker, so he's got the extra inject slightly quicker, and blah 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 blah. But yeah, in terms of this game, everything looking pretty damn normal at the moment. Gas has been pulled out for Symbol. Meanwhile, for HyuN, he's still mining 2 there. He's pushing the Overlord back, but the Overlord, I believe, saw that there was still drones mining for the gas. So that's a good little scout there. Let you know that your opponent isn't just getting speed and then pulling out. But HyuN, he hasn't started speed yet because his gas was, of course, later. So yeah, it's interesting there's only 2 drones in there. I actually thought he'd started speed, and I incorrectly looked at the overlays. But yeah, HyuN should be starting speed up fairly soon because he's at 120 gas and 200 minerals, so he can definitely afford to do so. But choosing not to at the moment, his attention apparently elsewhere. Symbol just droning like a beast still. His drones are about to go back into gas. He's got 3 rallied from there. HyuN, he's just busy droning up 2. He's now up to 160 gas and also supply blocked after losing an Overlord, which is a little bit of a pain for him. Very frustrating. He's having to get double out. Going straight up to lair. Okay, this is where mind equals blown. He's getting the rich Vespian geyser as well. He is definitely not going for Zerglings in any way, shape or form. Exactly what he's going for, though, I'm not quite sure. And this is how, like, this map can really play out interestingly. Because of the Queen and the Evolution Chamber there, we can see that, yeah, immediately, this is just going to be a wall-off. Zerglings can't run in there. Banelings would have a bit of a tough time. And it favours going for this really quick tech path that is obviously really nice to see. So coming down here now from HyuN, he's just going to be going for some very aggressive play. Meanwhile, Symbol trying to secure up his third exceptionally fast. So that's pretty cool into itself, because it means that that third base, if it's able to get secured, Symbol's able to hold off the pressure that is no doubt going to be coming with this Rotoron and the double evolution chamber, then actually he's going to be in a good economic spot. He's getting a little behind though in terms of drones short term by sacrificing a bit to get out that hatchery and to also get out the double evolution chamber. But here, he's not that far ahead. He's only one ahead now after all of the injects start lining up, and Symbol gonna start pulling a little bit of a lead, especially now this third hatchery is completed. So that's something that HyuN does need to watch out for, and his pressure of whatever he's gonna do with his roach speed and +1 timing has to be effective. He's got to deal some good damage, because otherwise we're gonna see Symbol get into a really nice position with a heavy drone lead, a heavy economic lead, and also the upgrade lead. And those three things are pretty much the three main areas. If you've got more bases, better economy, better upgrades, and more units, you tend to win the game unless your opponent has like ridiculously better tech. And I'm talking like you've made only roaches and they've gone for battle cruisers. That's the sort of thing you've got to get into to not win if you're that far ahead in those other areas. But yeah, HyuN, he will have a short-term lead in that +1 and also roach speed. He's bumping out a good number of units, keeping them back so they can't be seen. And at the same time, we see Symbol is starting to charge forward towards the third base of HyuN with a lot of speedlings. But those speedlings are going to come head-to-head with these roaches. But that also reveals to Symbol exactly what HyuN has got planned. HyuN, he's not pushing across the map yet. +1 has still got about 23 seconds until it is completed. The speedlings are going to try and make their way into the natural. There was a small gap between the queen and the hatchery, and that means the queen going to get sniped down. That's a problem for HyuN, because suddenly he's not got all 3 injects. That's going to hurt his production, going to hurt his lava count, and more specifically, it's going to hurt the number of units he can get out for this push. And behind this, of course, Symbol, he's just pumping out more and more roaches, ready for the defense, preparing himself for the aggression that's going to be coming in. And Overseer is taking quite a lot of fire, but will be able to get away with its life. But HyuN, with roach speed, with +1, is going for the aggression. In terms of the army supply, Symbol is only 4 behind, and he's going to be able to make up for that with the defender's advantages. 8 more roaches are soon to pop. He's also got 1-1 nearly done. HyuN, he's got to go really fast and really hard. He's got to win this game pretty much now, otherwise he is going to be unimaginably far behind. The roaches now going in, trying to engage, but there is the turn from Symbol as he's got more reinforcements on their way forward. But a better concave for HyuN at the moment means more of his units are attacking. He's also got +1, whereas Symbol doesn't, but 1-1 upgrades are about to kick in. The reinforcements also coming through here for Symbol. HyuN trying his utmost to beat this force down, but some roach reinforcements from behind are getting the full surround. 1-1 is now coming into effect for Symbol, but HyuN's roaches are still winning this fight just due to sheer numbers. The queen trying to get focused down so no more transfuses can occur, but HyuN, he is still in a tough spot. He's ahead in drones now because he was droning behind this, but he's behind in upgrades. So that actually did do a nice little bit of damage where he was able to take out most of the roach force of Symbol and prevent him from droning for a long period of time. +2 is already on its way down now for HyuN, but he is behind obviously by getting single upgrades, not double upgrades, so he's trying to catch that up by getting the macro hatch down, by getting the better income, getting the better economy, and also the better production, and that's what he's doing at the moment. He's 12 drones ahead, he's still pumping out more units, the spine core is moving down, but the counterattack from Symbol could be pretty big. That's why you need more roaches out. HyuN needs to identify this is coming, which he can because he's got overlords placed brilliantly. But Symbol, he's just trying to mix it up by going different attack routes. He's got Zerglings coming from all angles, going to try and sneak through and deal some drone damage, pick off a queen again potentially. They would all be devastating moves. But HyuN, he's in a good defensive spot at the third, but the queen at the natural is getting surrounded once again, does get taken out, and of course that evolution chamber researching +2 was left. If that got taken out, that would have been a big hit to HyuN. Another queen though is about to fall, and of course as these queens start going down, the production for HyuN is now really knocked back to a snail's pace. He just doesn't have the lava, and that's going to cause him a problem. His bank could potentially start to skyrocket now if he's unable to spend that money effectively. So looking at Symbol, he's still got a good army supply. It's ahead of that by HyuN of 6. Not a huge amount, but what he does have is, of course, a drone disadvantage, still by 12. HyuN's income is just slightly better, and that means that Symbol, now since he's only just getting +2, it actually means that HyuN has got a quite nice upgrade position. 2-0 up against 1-1, and his own +1 is coming down. And remember, +1 takes a lot less time to build than +2, 30 seconds less. So that's a good 30-second window where HyuN will have 2-1 up against 1-1 of Symbol. Even though HyuN's only been getting single upgrades, he's still going to get himself a nice little lead there. The roach is spreading out, more units coming down everywhere, and of course the macro hatch for HyuN is also helping his production, even though he lost those queens. But the queens are back up and running. Symbol is starting to make his way forward. He's going to try and do a bit more damage. He's got these 1-1 roaches, remember, but HyuN is in a pretty good spot too. He's ahead by 9 supply in terms of the army. That is not a big lead, but it's enough to make a small difference. Zerglings coming in for an attack to this third base. Are they going to be able to pick anything off? Well, the answer is a couple of drones will go down, but the drone losses this game are incredibly low on both sides actually. 3 and 3 killed respectively. That is not many. That is very few, and that's why they're both sitting at quite a comfortable drone count. But HyuN, knowing that he's going to have this upgrade lead, is starting to move forward. He's got +1, still only a minute in-game away from completion. He doesn't really want to engage before that's done, because obviously it's good to have the upgrade lead, but he doesn't know exactly how much he's got, and he's feeling that he's got the supply advantage here, and it's very, very close. Is 2-0 going to be enough for HyuN? He's going to have +1, but it's not going to kick in time and times to this army, and Symbol, with what I think is a much better attack position here, and plus the reinforcements, is doing okay, and he's just still pushing in. HyuN is having to deal with reinforcements coming through all the time, but is it going to be enough? Can HyuN push through once more? Well, he's got +1, just 10 seconds away from completion, but he's being forced to retreat back while taking a 4th base. This ZvZ getting very intense, and of course Symbol now coming for the counter attack. HyuN is going to have this small window of opportunity of precisely 20 seconds where he does have a slight upgrade lead, but once that is gone, it's going to be leveled out once more. Symbol starting up +2 carapace, +2 carapace starting at exactly the same time for HyuN here, so they are going to be leveled on upgrades. Roach on roach fights going to go down everywhere. This 4th base looks to be the target of Symbol. Is he going to be able to do it? Well, he's getting himself trapped here a little bit, so he's trying to back away. Reinforcements coming in from the side. HyuN does have level upgrades, and in terms of the army supply, HyuN massively ahead, 126 to 86. That is a big lead that HyuN is now going to try and exploit. He's pushing in, trying to pick up these units wherever and anywhere he can, pulling back the roaches so that they don't take too much damage from the better attack arc. Very good control, great micro. Both players are around 300 APM for the moment, which is fairly intense. And yeah, this is now HyuN trying to go in for the kill, knowing he's got that 30 army supply lead. He's going to try and finish this off. Both players level on upgrades, so it does come down to numbers. The better attack arc is there for Symbol, but the sheer numbers are there for HyuN. The supply dropping so quickly for Symbol at the moment, and even though he's got units coming in, he GG's out, and Quantix HyuN will take game number 1 in what was an awesome ZvZ. So I hope you all enjoyed that. If you did, like the video, leave a cool comment, and of course subscribe. Then flick over to my channel, and I'll see you at game number 2 in just a sec.